Hello students, my name is Professor Chetan Mungandiwar. Welcome to my class. Today I'm going to explain the topic called catering establishment. In this session, we're going to discuss catering establishment, classification of catering establishment, and different types of catering establishment. So let's begin. Catering establishment. So if we divided these two words, catering and establishment, separate, so let's see what happens. So when we talk about catering is any business which provides food and beverage services. And when we talk about establishment is any organization or any company which can be a public, private, or a household only. So when we club these two words together, catering establishment, it simply says or defined as any establishment or a company or an organization which provides food and beverage services to the customers. Then next we talk about classification of catering establishment. Catering establishment are broadly classified into two main things called as commercial catering establishment and non-commercial catering establishment. So the name only suggests when we talk about, first let's talk about commercial catering establishment. So commercial catering establishment are the establishment where their main motto or main objective from the business is to earn profit by providing food and beverage services to the customers or to the guest. And non-commercial catering establishment are the establishment where their main motto or main objective is not to earn the profit but to provide services to the guest or to the customers. It can be their secondary business as a part of income when we talk, but very minimum income which they can generate from or by providing food and beverage services when we talk about non-commercial catering establishment. So let's further discuss about commercial catering establishment. Commercial catering establishment are again further divided into two main market areas where they target the customer. The first one is restricted market and the second is general market. So when we talk about restricted market, over here the target audience for the establishment or for the company which they target are limited. That's why it's called as a restricted market. So here are a few examples of it. The first one is transport catering. So when we talk about transport catering, let's take an example of airline catering or cruise lines catering or railway catering. Over here, the establishment or a company or an organization cater to only those customers or the people who are traveling by them. For example, if we talk about railway catering, so the establishment will be catered to only those passengers who are traveling by that particular railway. That is why it's called as a restricted market. That is why it comes under restricted market. The second one, we have a club. This clubs is basically paid membership clubs. For example, Club Mahendra or Sarovar Hotels and Resorts. These are the membership clubs where people usually paid the membership and they avail the facilities provided by the establishment. Again comes under restricted market. Why? Because the organization target only those customers who are their members. That's why the target audience again over here is limited. Then we have a industrial catering or an institutional catering on contract. So when we talk about industrial or institute catering, their main so the canteen or a cafeteria is not operated by the industry or the institute. They have given that on a contractual basis. So that particular contractor, they have a limited target audience for them. For example, when we talk about industry, so they will be serving or they will be catering to those people who will be working under that industrial. Or when we talk about institution, they will be catering to only those students who are studying in the institution or the faculty or the staff member who works in the institution. That's why they targeted to the limited number of people or a limited people. That's why it comes under restricted market. Then we have a general market, which name only suggests is general. It is open for each and everyone. Any customer, any type of customer can visit, avail the services, and of course pay the bill because it comes under commercial catering establishment. Do not forget their main motto is to earn the profit out of it. The first one is a hotel. Hotel provide lodging and boarding facilities. Apart from that, they provide food and beverage. And then we have a restaurant, fast food outlets, pubs, bar, we have a food court and discotheque. This comes under general market in commercial catering establishment. So when we talk about general market in commercial catering establishment is further divided into again two parts called as residential commercial catering establishment and non-residential commercial catering establishment. So let's first talk about residential commercial catering establishment. The first example over is a hotel. As you already know, hotel is a place or where they provide accommodation and food and beverage services, and of course on behalf of that they do charge for it, because again it's a business for earning the profit. So the hotel main motto or main or a major part of revenue generated from or by selling rooms. So that's why it comes under residential commercial catering establishment. Then we have a motels. Motels is basically a hotels only which are situated on a highways, and they provide lodging facility and of course food and beverage, and garage and parking facilities also provided by them. If anyone is traveling from one place to another and on between they want to take a halt, by driving they get tired, so they want to take a halt, so during that time they take a services from the hotel where they park their vehicle and avail the lodging and boarding facility, and of course the food and beverage facility also. Destination spa. People take the facilities of destination spa, where when they wanted to have some spa treatment going on, or when they wanted to go for the relaxation or a leisure thing, they use or they avail the services of destination spa, where they provide accommodation because people stay there for a particular duration of time, and of course the food and beverage services also. Then we have a clubs. As I already discussed, these clubs are the paid membership clubs, and they provide accommodation, lodging facility. That's why it comes under residential commercial catering establishment. Then we have a boat house. Boat house is basically a residential facilities provided on a boat, which is very famous in Kerala in India. And when we talk about cruise line industry, so boat house is just a small version of cruise line industry, where a customer or a people or a guest travel from one place to another, and during that transportation or the travel, the organization provide them lodging and food and beverage facilities. So that's why it comes under residential commercial catering establishment. So then we have a non-residential commercial catering establishment. As the name only suggests, non-residential, so they do not provide any lodging facilities to the guest, to the customer. They only provide food and beverage services. Apart from that, they do provide some different services, like if we talk about discotheque, so they will provide a dance floor. If we talk about nightclub, so it opens at night for the people who wanted to go there. So these are the some examples of non-residential commercial catering establishment. The first one is a restaurant. Then we have a fast food outlets where people can go and have their quick food. Basically it's a frozen foods or a quick service food provided by the establishment to the customer, and they avail the service and they pay the bill, of course, because it comes under commercial, so their main motto is to earn the profit. Then we have a food courts, functional catering, or a coffee shop. Functional catering are catering businesses where they cater to a particular party which is pre-organized already by the host, and is basically a wedding reception or a conferences, big conferences, where the establishment provide functional catering depending upon the different types of function it is. Then we have the coffee shops. Coffee shop, again, it doesn't provide residential facility or a lodging facility. They only provide varieties of different coffees and some light snacks. That's why this also comes under non-residential commercial catering establishment. And then the last one, we have a non-commercial catering establishment. As we were discussing about the catering establishment, which is broadly divided into commercial and non-commercial. So commercial we already discussed. Now it's non-commercial, which is also known as a welfare catering establishment or a welfare catering, where their main motto or main objective, it's not to earn the profit by providing food and beverage services, but it's just their another business. So again, over here is a restricted market because the target audience for them are restricted or are limited. Few examples over here are schools, universities, and colleges. As institution only providing food and beverages to the students or the faculty members who works there from them over. So their main motto is to provide educations to the student, but of course the students stay there a whole day, so they do provide food and beverage to them on a very minimum rate or minimum rates. Then we have hospitals where their main motto is to cure the patients or cure the people, but since the patients stay there for the treatment, they do provide food and beverage services to them also. Then we have old age home. Old age home, they provide residential services to them because the old age people stay there for a particular duration of time, so they do provide residential, and of course they provide food and beverage services also. And as it is old age home, it's on a volunteer basis. Most of the volunteers work there, and they do not charge any money, or and if they charge also, it's very minimum charges for them. Then we have a military services where their main motto is to protect our country, but we want our soldier to be fit and fine. That's why the army people or the military people only provide them food and beverages services to them. Then same goes with the prisons and temples, where again their main motto is not to provide food and beverage and earn the profit, but for the services they do that and do not charge or do not take money from it. So when we talk about temple over here, there are examples like gurdwara, langar, where people can visit and have the food in the form of prasad over there, and these people works on a volunteer basis, so they do not charge for it. I hope today I clear some of the concept of catering establishment for you guys. Thank you very much.